Hello, welcome back. In this video, I'm just going to show you what I've done with the minimap and pause system. So I'm going to create a new character. And here's the intro scene. Again, all of this is placeholder. Once I'm finished completing all of the game systems, I'm probably going to start working on the actual design of the game, the UI design, the world design, etc. So what I did recently was I basically set up the introduction flow of the game, and this is what we're looking at so far. In the last video, I set up a little rear view mirror and a mini map so the player knows where to go. So if he follows that red blinking dot, that's where his event will be. And my thought was to basically create a pause system at this point, and when I pause the game, have the mini map move. So it'll zoom out. Basically, the mini map is the mini map. I'm basically repositioning it and rescaling it, and I put it inside of a mask. And I also made it so I'm using the joystick right now. Not sure how well that shows, but I made it so that the left joystick button lets you navigate around the mini map. It's a big map. I don't know if I'm going to use this entire land space area yet. Again, that's part of the design process that I'll get to soon. My main goal is to just get all of the systems in place that I'm going to use for this game. And once they're in place and I feel like I have the foundation to make the game, that's when I'm actually going to start the design process. So I'll be focusing on setting up the world map, building the roads, setting up all of the different props throughout the city, changing the player vehicle model. Like, I don't think that I'm going to use the current vehicle model that I'm using. There's some things that I just don't like about it. I've had my eye on a pack on the asset store. I think I might use that, but I'm not sure yet. Basically, everything will fall into place when it's time. But yeah, so this is where I'm at so far. I have a pause menu, and we can navigate around using the left joystick, which is basically just horizontal and vertical input that I'm reading. And this will allow the player to be able to see where they need to go, which is cool. So I feel like I'm making progress, and so there were a couple people commenting that I'm making really fast progress, and yeah, so sometimes for somebody who doesn't make progress as quickly, that can make it seem a little intimidating. But one of the things I want to say is I've really been working on racing game prototypes and projects for probably about 5 years at this point. And I've helped a bunch of people make racing games, little prototypes, little games for Google Play or whatever. Maybe some of those games made it to Steam. I actually published a racing game template on the Unity Asset Store. And recently I remade that template, and I added some really robust AI cars to that system. And, going through that development process was just something that was very hard. And I did it by myself. I taught myself how to code. I taught myself how to use everything in Unity that I use. I really have never actually met another person that does game development, coding, or Unity development in real life. I've worked with some people that know what this is, but again, I work remotely, so I don't really have a whole lot of physical experience. So my point is if you're working on a game and you feel like your progress is slow, it's okay. I've been there, and my progress was very slow at certain points. And it felt like some of the projects and concepts and just systems that I chose to develop, they were things that were way over my head. Like creating an awesome AI car system. That was not something I knew how to do. So there were a lot of different pieces into that puzzle that I had to figure out. And most people never saw that process. When I was developing some networking code for the racing game template and to set up the players to be able to spawn and sync all of the data and movement and avatar animation, etc., that was something nobody ever saw. And I think that over time, you're going to start putting one piece of the puzzle consistently. And as you put more pieces of your own puzzle into place, then you're going to get to where you want to be. And that's basically what you're seeing me do right now. I've finally put so many pieces into this puzzle that I have a ton of puzzle pieces, and I basically made most of them. So it's really easy for me to go into my project, my asset store project, and take any piece that I want and bring it into this game and customize it for that purpose. But anyway, my point is, if you see me making fast progress and it makes you feel a little bit bad, don't feel bad. Like I said, there's been thousands upon thousands of hours that I spent, and a lot of them were very hard, and that helped me get to where I'm at now. Every time you learn something that you don't know, you now know something new. And before you learn that, you didn't know that you didn't know that. You realize what you need to know as you're on your journey. And that will be what helps get you to that point of being a developer that can create the type of content that you want. You need to first figure out what you want to build, and then you need to figure out all of the pieces that go into it. And it's just a lot of work. So anyway, don't give up. Any of you that have that dream, just know that basically Unity is, in a sense, my life. I work for a company that we basically use Unity. That's our primary product that we use for software development. So all of the front end user interface, it's using Unity. And even some back end stuff we'll make with Unity. Anyway, the point is, I have a lot of experience with Unity, and from professional to my own personal work, and I've had a chance to work with some really talented people, and they've rubbed off on me in a sense where I'm able to have that experience working with them, and I pick up some of the ideas that they bring to the table, and I see how I can incorporate that into my own workflow. But anyway, this is where I'm at with my game so far, and I guess I just wanted to share a message with anybody else who's been working on Unity games and you feel like you might be stuck in the mud. I've been there, and just keep pushing through it. It will get easier. You just have to figure out those pieces. And once you figure them out, you're going to be a stronger developer, and you're going to be happy that you went through that process. But anyway, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks. Bye.